Hello, I'm Fulton County Commissioner William Bill Edwards. Welcome to the South Fulton Good Things Show. Today we are delighted to have as our guests Sergeant Scott McBride, Lieutenant Ty Hayes, and Pilot Leroy A. Champion. Welcome, gentlemen, to the South Fulton Good Things Show. It's great to have you all around because you're what we call South Fulton's finest. Let me start by talking to Sergeant McBride a minute. How long have you been with the county?
Commissioner, I've been with the county over 16.5 years.
And what are your responsibilities as a law enforcement officer?
Well, I have several, Commissioner. I drive our mobile operations command vehicle. I'm also responsible for its everyday operations and maintenance. I'm a field training officer. I train new officers in police work. I am also a crime analyst. And finally, I'm a public information officer. I go out and talk to the media during events such as major car accidents, and crime, that sort of thing.
I've seen you on TV a couple of times. You do a pretty good job.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Now, you're charged with that mobile command center. Tell us about, what is it designed to do?
Well, first of all, the mobile command center is a 40-foot long RV-like vehicle. It's not an RV. It's designed specifically for the police department. We sat down about 10 years ago with some grant money and designed the vehicle for our department. It has just about every radio that we can possibly have inside. It has the ability to link different agencies together so that during a long-term operation, a joint operation, or a major emergency, we can talk with other departments and they can talk with us. In addition, it has just about everything you need as a police officer to operate out in the field. It has satellite internet, telephones, fax machines, computers, copiers, everything we need basically to operate as a mobile precinct. Our chief can sit in the back. She has everything she needs there to run a major operation. Our SWAT team occasionally will use it for long-term hostage negotiations. It has everything they need. I think power, water, supplies, air conditioning and heat, that sort of thing.
So it's like a mobile precinct. You can actually run the police department from that vehicle.
That is correct. It's designed to be out in the field and basically be a mobile precinct for our police department.
What have been some of the incidences that you've had to bring it out?
We've brought it out during the Atlanta tornado. Atlanta asked for it, we came out. It was used for a few hours. We've taken it out several times with the SWAT team when they've needed hostage negotiations set up close to a scene. We used it with the fire department. Generally, we'll use it on day-to-day operations for like traffic accident, major problem, like we're going to be out for 4 or 5 hours in the hot sun. We'll bring the mobile command center out there and we'll use it as a relief station. When we have missing children or say an Alzheimer's patient, someone who's at danger, we'll go out and search. We'll use the mobile command center as basically a command center.
Well, I tell you, I've been on there with you in community events, and the children, they come in and they love it.
Yes. It's a great draw. It gets the kids in. It also gets the adults in. We give a tour of it and also give our special services people a chance to get out and do their crime prevention spiels for them.
Okay. Lieutenant Hayes.
How are you, sir?
Since you've been with the police department, what have been the major changes that have been involved that you've seen?
One of the biggest changes has involved our crime suppression unit. In 2007, right as Chief Jones took command of the police department, we started a crime suppression unit that involved the actual narcotics agents and SWAT team members all combined in changing the focus of our unit. And we became a unit that is more in tune of looking at crime trends, crime statistics, things such as that. We actually address the crime by actually analyzing all the data. That would be one of the biggest changes. The other is our SWAT team has gone from FEMA and Homeland Security and all has a ranking of SWAT teams, and it goes from Tier 4 to Tier 1, Tier 1 being the highest number that you can go to. And it's all dependent on your equipment and your abilities of your team. And we have actually graduated to being a Tier 1 SWAT team in Fulton County. And that with some acquisition of certain equipment and all has boosted us up to that point.
Now, you are the commander of the Special Operations Unit.
I'm actually the assistant
commander.
I'm the SWAT team commander.
SWAT team commander. Tell our listening audience, what does that mean and what does Special Operations do? I know you got different color uniform.
Right, sir.
But tell us what's all entailed in that.
In Special Operations, we actually have crime suppression, narcotics, aviation unit, and also our SWAT team. And we are a unit that does an awful lot of, we wear a lot of different hats. And right now our normal everyday concentration is crime suppression and addressing certain crime trends, public safety needs and things such as that. And then we also have our SWAT auxiliaries that are in our unit and also on the street. And so we can assemble a Tier 1 SWAT team within about 30 minutes.
Well, you know, people look at TV and they hear the word SWAT and they think that everybody's going to forge in on them. It's a big to do. But describe to us a little bit, what has been your impact in the community?
I think we're trying to change the mindset that SWAT is not a group that comes in and tries to hurt people. We are a life-saving unit, and that is what we're here for. We're here for the community. You know, even in the areas of the crime suppression and all, we work hand in hand with the community, and without the community's help, it would be an uphill battle. And but we actually work well together, and we work well with all units of our police department and all, and even our daily efforts on the streets involving crime suppression. All of my unit looks to help the other units, like the investigative units, our major case division, and you know, everything is driven to assisting every aspect of police work inside our agency and also outside agencies that we work with.
You know, I know both of you guys have to do a lot of collaboration with what you do. Tell us about the collaboration with other agencies. How is that done? And when are you called, and when do you give the assistance that they need?
Actually, I guess that's one benefit that I have is being in law enforcement for 24 years. The outside agencies such as East Point College Park, Clayton County, Fayette County, every one of them, we work very well together. We can call and basically get any type of equipment or any type of assistance that we need from these groups. And we also use that in a sense of when individuals we have certain crimes that happen, we will actually send out email blasts to these agencies that we work with on a daily basis. And they will actually get up to date, you know, at the moment that it happens, some lookouts from our areas, and they reciprocate with that. They turn around and send it to us when they have issues that come up. It works real well.
And I think, McBride, you do the same thing with your unit in terms of other jurisdictions and counties.
That's correct. We work very well with all our surrounding jurisdictions. We have basically agreements that we'll go and assist them, and they will come and assist us if we need it.
Now, the vehicle of your kind, I see a lot of municipalities have vehicles like yours. They may not be as large, but some of them do have it.
That's correct. They come in different sizes and shapes. They also have different missions. Ours is a command and communications platform. We have others that are hazmat vehicles. There are others that are out there that are more tactical in nature.
And you just had an asset to your fleet, I call it.
Yes, sir.
For failure of describing it properly, what do you call it?
It is an armored rescue vehicle.
And armored, tell us a little bit about that.
It is a vehicle that's set on a F550 frame. It is an armored vehicle that is used to either deploy my SWAT team or either go into a situation and we can actually extract, like if we had an incident at one of them public areas and all, we could actually drive this vehicle in and you could remain 100% safe inside it, even in the middle of gunfire.
Thank you so much. I may need you to take me to the Board of Commissioners meeting one day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and stay tuned with us. The Fulton County Police Department received notification from the National Association of Town Watch that they have been selected as the award recipient for their 2012 National Night Out event. Welcome back to the South Fulton Good Things Show. For those of you who have just tuned in, we've been speaking with Sergeant Scott McBride, Lieutenant Ty Hayes, and pilot Leroy Champion. Thanks, guys, for staying with us for this show. Now, this segment, we're going to talk about another piece of equipment that everybody loves down in South Fulton County, and that is the helicopter. Officer Champion, tell us about your tenure with the police department and how you get where you are today.
Yes, sir. I've been employed here with Fulton County since 2009. I actually started my flying career with the Atlanta Police Department in 1990. I was signed off as a pilot in command in 1992.
You got a lot of young people watching this today. You know, what kind of training does you have to take to be a pilot?
It's a rigorous school. It's turned out to be about a year school, and that's just to get your preliminaries. But once you get into a unit or a squad in the police department, then you learn how to fly their way, which is about 2 years.
Now, you work for about special operations using the helicopter. Tell us how that coincides.
It coincides that we are basically the backup for the ground troops. Whenever or if SWAT get called out, or if we get a call of a Maddie's call or Levi's call. And we're that eye in the sky that can help seek out what we need to find.
Tell us a little bit about the kinds of instruments that you have on the helicopter that aid and assist you in doing that job.
Oh, the main instrument that we have is called a FLIR system, and that's the acronym is forward-looking infrared. And it goes out, it shoots out a signal, and it returns back to us as an image. And that image picks up heat. And that's one of the major pieces of equipment. We also have a spotlight, which is normally called a night sun. We can turn night into day. We now currently in the process of getting a moving map, which acts similar to a GPS system, but it's a little different when you put it inside of an aircraft.
I can remember when I was at a community event and the helicopter came down when you first got here.
Yes, sir.
And it didn't look quite the way it looked today.
No, sir.
I was kind of embarrassing, really. And I went to Chief and said, we got to do something about this. We have to redo our helicopter and make it look good. Tell us about what we've done to the helicopter.
Well, we've completely had it refurbished. It received a paint job on the outside. The inside was completely refurbished. We're in the process now of getting some newer instruments. It's a 1985 model, and just like anything else, the instruments start to go bad. So we're in the process of getting new instruments for it. But it's perfectly pretty good flying aircraft.
All right, because the other thing I've learned from talking to helicopter pilots is this not the age of the vehicle, it's the flying hours. Can you explain that?
No, at certain phases of any aircraft, certain things has to be done to it. It's not like a car, like most people supposed to get your oil change every 3,000 miles. Well, you may run over 4 or 5 or 6. Well, it don't work that way with an aircraft. At certain times, things has to be done to it. And so therefore, it's no age limit. As a matter of fact, Delta is still flying DC-9s, and those came out in 1962. And they're still carrying passengers to stay.
So we're on top of our maintenance and things of that nature.
Yes, sir. We're very much on top of it. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I know everybody doesn't have a helicopter, and I know you're called to assist other jurisdictions. How do you get that often, and what's the process for getting you to go to another jurisdiction?
Well, and actually, as a matter of fact, it just happened about a month ago. As you know, Atlanta Police Department lost one of their helicopters. Their unit shut down. And we was on call for them if they needed any assistance. Or if another jurisdiction that don't have a helicopter, we'll be more than happy to assist them.
And you're always the highlight in community. I can figure out how we set up for community affairs, knowing you coming in, you're gonna blow everything down. But tell us about the children love coming in, and they like seeing you, and they like being able to look at the helicopter.
Yes, sir. Well, I was raised, Commissioner, you reach one, teach one, pull someone else along. And if what I do can put a thought into a young person's mind as to being something or being a good person, then I'm always willing to do that. I have fun when we do it. I love doing it. I would do it anytime I'm asked to do it, no matter what what I'm planning to do. That's the most important thing to me at my age in my career now, is to try to help somebody else along. Or if that one little thing can make a person or a kid to say, that's what I want to do, that's a good thing, because he won't be on the street. He'll be trying to be somebody, trying to do something.
Well, I tell you, with kids, I've seen kids come up to all three of you guys and they look up to you as police officers. But when they see the helicopter, they go, you're a pilot. You know, he's a pilot. So we're very, very glad, especially being an African-American pilot, to see other African-American kids come out and see you. It's just been just well. Let me ask something to all three of you. You've been on this force for a while. What has been your best experience with the Fulton County Police Force? I'll start with you, McBride.
Thank you, Commissioner. I really have to say, about 3 years ago, I was out with Special Operations and Lieutenant Hayes. We had, I believe, a 79, 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient. We recovered her. She was found in the woods. We were out for about 5 or 6 hours late at night, and the entire family was there. And returning her, watching the family, and just seeing them all, they were just flabbergasted that we spent as much effort as we did, and we really made a difference in their lives.
Good, good. What about you, Hayes?
I would say that quite possibly the positive reaction that we get from the community in all of our efforts that we're getting, I say nowadays. There was a time earlier in my career when I was with Atlanta that you didn't quite get as much cooperation, but as I see as our chief and our whole police department goes towards helping the community, you can actually see the community reaching out to us, you know, and the community involvement. I think that's one of the bright parts, and also seeing my unit, the people that I supervise, are without a doubt some of the best police officers, and without them it wouldn't be possible to have the successes that we have.
Wonderful. And Champion, what about you?
I think, Commissioner, doing what I do is just what I do. I've been flying for many, many years now. I think I get my best is when we do the displays. And I get the little young, you know, the 10 to 15-year-olds saying, hey, how can I be a pilot?
Yeah.
That's what pushes me now. I've flown every mission you probably can fly in a police type setting. But as I am today, that's the most enjoyment I get.
Well, God bless you. I've had my helicopter experience, and I'm through. Let me ask you, I'm sure that you all collaborate a lot with the school system. How do you encourage those kids who are looking at you to get in law enforcement? You know, I know that our law enforcement is a little bit different. You have to have at least 2 years of college or some military equivalent. So how do you encourage them who come and says, I want to be a police officer?
I basically talk to them just as an equal, and when they bring that up, I let them know exactly what they need to do. Stay in school, keep their nose clean, and apply with the police department. We'll take it from there.
And nose clean is very important, isn't it?
Yeah. Very, very.
Yeah. And what about you, Hay?
I share my own experience because just as you said, with this department, it takes, you know, you have to have college to be here. I am actually a high school graduate, and I've been very blessed to get to the point that I am now. You know, I'm you know, SWAT team commander of a major metropolitan police department, and I've been blessed to be sent to the FBI Academy and things such as that. And I expressed to them that yes, college is important. Yes, you need to do all that, but understand there are ways. You know, if you try really, really hard and work hard at it, you can get somewhere in life.
That's good. That's a very good example. Champion, what about you?
Well, I take that minute and stop. There are times you have to take that minute and take out your time to stop to explain. And in life, nothing comes easy if it's good for you. And that's my total motivation. You have to work hard at whatever is good for you in life. If you don't work hard at it, it's not going to be good for you, or it's not going to be good for you in life. So when I usually get a kid like that, I stop, take the minute, no matter what I'm doing, take that minute, and there again, to reach one, teach one, pull one along. And that's my motto of what I live off of.
Now, all three of you all have done one call of duty, and I want you to talk about it a minute. and that has been the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. Tell us about your experiences there. What do you think about it, McBride?
I've always had a great time at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. The concerts we've had, whether the free concerts, the other concerts, they've always done a good job. The concerts have always done well. It's nice to get out in the community, be seen, talk to people, and not at a crime scene or even a community event. This is pure pleasure, recreation, and just always get a really good feeling from being out in the community, being seen, talking with people, and just a regular one-on-one sort of thing.
And Ty, I see you out there on your gator sometime.
You know,
what's been your experience?
Early on, I was one of the people that, questioned, about the existence of it. And now that I see it, see how it's going, and also have a little bit of vision to see what it's going to be, I really do believe that it is quite possibly going to be one of the most premier facilities in Metro Atlanta. I really think it's got that much potential, and it seems like that you and everybody who's organizing it, it's getting better every time, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
And Ty, thank you for saying that, because that makes me feel good. Sometimes people go in with a notion, and then you have to actually get in to see it to confirm what you believe. Champion, you're out there. You're at the Skybox.
I've been to every venue here in Atlanta in my years. Wolf Creek is a premium venue, and not only is it the premium venue, it's the most newest, innovative, and up to date with systems. It can compare with any other venue in this city. I just can't wait till one day the concert come in that I won't take. I'm gonna take off and not do.
We need you out there. Has there been any, speaking of that venue, have you had any experience with some major thing happening that got out of hand?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Never.
not. No.
They've been, I thought they have been. I mean, we've had some instances where people got sick or had a little bit too much to, but we've always taken care of them. What I like about you guys is that your interaction with them is that, we're here to make you safe and make you feel good. And you all have done an absolute job in doing that.
And we got good vibes all last year. It's for, people come up and talk to you, just friendly. Just, hey, how you doing? You need some water? It was a good vibes from everybody, as from my standpoint of view.
And you all do a good job on traffic. I mean, we can hold 1,500 cars or more out there. But once that concert is over, you guys, within 20 minutes, you've cleared the facility. How do you do that?
We get them out a whole lot easier than we get them in. because as they're coming in, they're not familiar with the facility. So, you have to direct them, but they can really come out quick.
Well, let me tell you, you all have been jewels. When I say South Fulton Finance, I really mean that. You all have been in meetings with me, and you can tell me a lot of things, but you can't tell me bad about my police department. Because when you all put those uniforms on and get out every day and kiss your families goodbye, I want you to come home. When something happens and they call me a dispatch, I said, did my police go home? We'll work the rest of it out later.
Yeah.
Hey, I know I speak for all of us. We really appreciate your support that you give us, and without that, it would be an uphill battle. We really do appreciate it.
Well, we're going to continue to do that, gentlemen, and we're going to make sure that the people of South Fulton are safe each and every day. Thank you all for being here and your willingness to appear on the show. We're going to have you back when you get some more equipment, because I know you're thinking right now, how much more equipment can I get? That ends our show for today. For more information on the topic we discussed, please contact my office at 404-612-8230. You may also email me at william.edwards@fultoncountyga.gov. I also invite you to visit my website at southfultongoodthings.com. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch us next month when we bring you more of the good things that are happening in South Fulton County.